Hello everyone, so welcome back to yet another video on income tax. Today we are discussing what exactly is the new rate of taxes which are applicable for individuals. And at the end of this video, I would definitely give you an advice whether you should opt for the new scheme or you should continue opting the existing scheme. Okay, so make sure that you have watched the entire video for taking out the maximum benefits. So let's check it out. This new slab rates are applicable for individuals from assessment year 2021-22 onwards. That simply means when you are computing your total income for the year 2020-21, you can make use of this new slab rates. And it has been introduced as a part of Section 115 BAC of Income Tax Act. Now what they are saying, the new rate is as follows. Up to 2.5 lakhs of income, your rate of tax will be 0. Then from 2.5 to 5 lakhs, your rate of tax is at 5%. Then from 5 to 7.5 lakhs, your rate of tax is at 10%. Then from 7.5 to 10, your rate of tax is at 15%. Then from 10 to 12.5, your rate of tax is at 20%. Then from 12.5 lakhs to 15 lakhs, your rate of tax is at 25%. And above 15 lakhs, it is at 30%. So for this, there is a tip. It is just like for every 2.5 lakhs increase in total income, there is an increase of 5% tax rate. So that you will be, it is easy for you to by heart this table. Okay. And this is a simple illustration for understanding how to compute the final tax for a year in the case of an individual. So I'm an individual of age 40 years and my total income is 18 lakhs for a year. And as you know, up to 2.5 lakhs, my rate is 0 and my tax is 0. Then from 2.5 to 5, for that additional 2.5, my rate is 5% and the amount is 12,500. Then for next additional 2.5 lakhs, rate is 10%, that is 25,000. For the next 2.5, rate is 15, that is 37,500. For the next 2.5, rate is 20 and my tax is 50,000. For the next 2.5, the rate is 25 and my tax is 62,500. And over and above 15 lakh, my total income is 18. So over and above 15, I have 3 lakhs of income, right? On the 3, at 30%, my tax will be at 90,000 rupees. And my annual tax liability, that means a basic annual tax will be 2,77,500, provided my age is at 40 and my total income is 18 lakhs. Okay. So existing slab rates are still there. An individual have an option. He can either choose for the existing slab rates or he can opt for the new slab rate. And the existing slab rates are up to 2.5 lakhs, your rate is nil. Then from 2.5 to 5, your rate is 5%. Then from 5 to 10, your rate is 20%. Then above 10, your rate is at 30%. And again, if my total income is 18 lakh, how to compute my tax according to the existing slab rates? It is like for the first 2.5, rate is 0. Then for the next 2.5 lakhs, my rate is 5% and my tax will be at 12,500. Then for the next bracket, that is from 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, my additional income is 5 lakhs at 20% and it will be 1 lakh. And for about 10 lakh, I have 8 lakhs as income. On that, 30% is the rate and it is 240 and in total it is 352,500. And if I'm choosing the new slab rate, my total tax in a year will be 2,77,500, right? So don't jump into conclusion. When you have a look at it, you will think that 277,500 is much more less. So that doesn't mean it is always the new slab rates are beneficial. And there are certain other conditions for taking the benefit under 115 BAC, that is this new slab rates. So before moving on to the conditions, again I'm repeating, this is applicable for individuals from assessment year 21-22, that means for the year 2020-21. And for students who are pursuing their CA or CMA final or inter, you have to go through this 115 BAC from May or June 2021 examination onwards. Now let's check what exactly are the conditions for claiming the benefit under 115 BAC. That means the new slab rate under 115 BAC. Condition number 1, they are saying if you are an individual and are in receipt of a leave travel concession, then you have to give up your exemption eligible under 10(5). You have to give up that exemption for taking out this new benefit. Condition number 2, they are saying you are an individual and are in receipt of a house rent allowance. You have to give up your exemption under 10(13)(a) for taking out this benefit. Then condition number 3, if you are a person and are in receipt of certain allowances which are exempted under section 10(14), for example, allowances like transfer allowance, helper allowance, research allowance, children education allowance, hostel expenditure allowance, etc. You have to give up all these exemptions under 10(14) for taking out this new slab rate. Condition number 4, you are being an individual and a member of legislative assembly or a member of parliament. You have to give up your exemption for constituency or daily allowance under 10(17). Condition number 5, you are an individual being a parent and your minor sons or daughters' income are clubbed with your total income, then you have to give up your exemption under 10(32) of rupees 1000 for taking out 115 BAC. Then condition number 6, if you are a person who has a unit in a ZES, that means a special economic zone, then you should not avail that 15 years of tax holiday mentioned under 10(AA) for taking out the benefit under 115 BAC or the slab rates under 115 BAC. Condition number 7, you are supposed to give up all the deductions mentioned under section 16. That means standard deduction, entertainment allowance deduction, professional tax paid deductions. You have to give up all these 3 for taking out the benefit under 115 BAC. That means the new slab rates. Again, condition number 8, if you have a housing loan and you are paying interest, you have to give up that deduction for the interest mentioned under section 24B at the time of computing your house property income. You have to give up those deductions under 24B. And one more thing they are saying, if the individual has a loss from the head house property, then it is not allowed to set off from any other head of income. They are putting a restriction on the set off and carry forward. If you have a loss from house property, then you are not supposed it to set off from any other head of income. That's what they are saying. So 24B, you have to give up that interest deduction for your house property for self-occupation. That's what they're saying. And condition number 9, if you are an individual carrying on manufacturing, then no additional depreciation under section 32(1)(2)(a) for the purchase of eligible plant and machinery. That means for the purchase of eligible plant and machinery, if you are an individual who is carrying out a manufacturing, then you are eligible for additional depreciation, right? You have to give up that additional depreciation for taking out the benefit under 115 BAC. Condition number 10, you are an individual setting up a manufacturing unit in a notified backward area which is mentioned under 32 AD, then that 15% deduction or your eligible plant and machinery, you have to give up that deduction for taking out new slab rates. Condition number 11, if you are an SSE carrying on growing and manufacturing of either tea or coffee or rubber, you have to give up those deductions which is mentioned under 33 AB. That means either 40% of your business profits or amount transferred to reserve, whichever is lower. That deduction you have to give up. That is condition number 11. Condition number 12, you are an individual engaged in the business of extraction or production of petroleum or natural gas in India, then you should not avail deduction under 33 ABA. That means an amount deposited in a special account or 20% of the profits, whichever is lower. That deduction you have to give up. Condition number 13, no deduction under section 35 for contribution given to outside agencies. Those deductions under section 35, if you are contributing to Scientific Research Association, IIT, national laboratories, etc., you are not supposed to take those deductions for claiming new slab rates. Condition number 14, if you are an individual carrying out specified business 35 AD, then you are not eligible to claim benefit under section 35 AD. That means all the investment linked deductions are gone. Then only you are eligible to take that new slab rates. Then condition number 15, if you are investing in notified agricultural extension project, then normally you are eligible for a deduction under 35 CCC. You have to give it up. Condition number 16, no deduction for family pension. If you are in receipt of a family pension, then normally you can take out a deduction under section 57 clause 2A. That means either 1/3 of the family pension or rupees 15,000. That is gone. Condition number 17, No chapter 6A deduction. That is a major hit. No chapter 6A deduction except deduction under 80 CCD subsection 2. That means employer contribution. For those employer contribution for the pension scheme, employer being a central government or any other employer, that deduction you can take. And number 2, deduction under 80 JJAA you can take. That means deduction for creating additional employment opportunities. Apart from those two deductions under 80 CCD2 and 80 JJAA, you are not supposed to take any other deductions mentioned under chapter 6A. For example, your LIC premium, your health insurance, dependent disabled expenditure, housing loan principal repayment, everything gone. You are not supposed to take any of those deductions under chapter 6A except these two. Condition number 18, individual is not allowed to set off any losses or depreciation from any earlier years if those loss or depreciation is attributable to any of the deductions mentioned earlier. For example, last year I have an additional depreciation and it is carry forward due to lack of profits. Okay, then this year if I am opting for this new slab rates, I am not supposed to set off that additional depreciation which has been brought forward from the current year. That's what they are saying. All those losses and depreciation which are connected to any of the above deductions which are brought forward, you are not supposed to set it off. And condition number 19 and the last condition, they are saying you should not claim any exemption or deduction for allowances or perquisite by whatever name called provided under any other law for the time being in force. All the exemption for allowances and perquisites are gone. That is what the condition number 19 is all about. Next thing is how to apply the scheme. Okay. It is like if you are an individual and you want to apply the scheme, then you have to apply it before due date of filing your return of income. That's what they are saying. And again, if you have business income as a part of your total income, then once applied, once exercised, it shall apply to the subsequent year as well. Then you have to apply only once. It will get automatically applied to your subsequent year. And they are saying if you want to opt out in the next year, then you can definitely opt out, but thereafter not eligible to opt it again. Once you have opted out from the scheme, then you are not supposed to opt it again. That's what they are saying. For other persons, that means if you doesn't have any business or professional income, then every year you have the option whether to opt or not. It is open for you. You can do a comparative analysis and definitely you can consider whether to opt it or not. That's what they are saying. And now let's move on to the most important part of this video, that is said to be what? Conclusion. Whether you should opt for the scheme or not. So it is like I cannot say a direct or a standard advice for you. For everyone, your income and deductions will be different, right? So what you have to do, you have to compute your income and taxes according to the existing slab rates first. Then you have to consider your income and compute your tax after giving up all those deductions and exemptions which we have already mentioned, and compute your tax. And then you decide whether to opt this scheme or not, because for each and every person, their income, exemptions, etc., are different. So every time before you take a decision, you have to do a comparative analysis whether to opt for this new rate or not. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching my video. For further queries, feel free to contact us on this email or mobile. So that's all for now. Take care and see you. Bye-bye.